my name is Bianca Kamnitzer, and I'm with Pampered Chef. I've been with the company for 8 years now. It's been an adventurous, quite a fantastic journey overall. So I am here today to show you our brand new product coming out on March 1st. It is our Deluxe stand mixer. And I'm just gonna give you a little bit of a preview. Look at this beauty. It is part of our new Blue Brilliance line. So it's just so beautiful, kind of gray, kind of bluish, really nice for a modern kitchen. Why should you have the new Deluxe stand mixer? Maybe you already have a stand mixer. What sets this one apart? So I'm going to turn it on and I'm going to show you the most exciting part, which is that we have presets that make everything so easy. They range from whip, cream, mix, beat. There's a knead one for kneading bread and also custom. And what this allows is that you can just set your preset and then walk away, and you don't have to stress about things splattering. You don't have to stress about the mixer not shutting off at the right time. The presets range in time, anywhere from like 35 seconds to a couple of minutes, depending on what you're doing. And this is really smart machine. It starts off slow, it gains speed depending on what preset you have, and it will shut off at the right time. So you won't overmix your cream, you won't overmix a batter that just needs incorporating. Today I'm gonna show you how I do meatloaf in a stand mixer, and we're gonna take this bad boy for a spin. So let me just show you real quick. It's got a tilt head. The accessories are spring loaded, so they come right off. And the accessories include our mixer and our dough kneading hook, and then of course for whipping. We don't know yet, but it is rumored that there will be accessories for this in the future. The front does come off to be able to attach accessories. So shh, you didn't hear that from me, but you heard that from me, right? So I'm going to show you how we do this and just give you an example of how it runs and also how pretty incredibly quiet it is. So let's get started. On here, I have an onion. Just going to prep this onion real quick. We're going to use our handy dandy food chopper. Oh, and before I do the onion, I'm going to do our breadcrumbs, but I'm not using breadcrumbs. I'm using pork rinds because I eat a keto diet. So that way I can keep this low carb, but you could just use a can of breadcrumbs, of Italian breadcrumbs if you wanted to. The recipe is actually just slightly adapted from one of the recipes that comes with the stand mixer. There are lots of baking recipes, of course, and frosting and a bread recipe that's really great. But there also are a couple of savory recipes, and this one is really lovely. It's a simple meatloaf that you can do just on a weeknight. And we're actually going to make it even cooler. I'm going to use our mini fluted pan. That cuts down the baking time more than half. So let's just show you how to do this. So those are prepped. First, we're going to do the pork rind. And two ways to use our food chopper. The first way is with the lid on. Now, this is great for nuts because then your nuts don't go flying. But it's also great for when you're doing things like this because this can make a mess all over your cutting board or counter as it goes flying. And I don't like that. So I actually can stuff it pretty stuffed like that. And then I just go, let me get some of my direction now. There you go. I'm going to do that a couple more times. Just going to throw it in a bowl. I need a cup of these. And so I've made about a quarter of a cup. So bear with me just a bit while I do that. A little bit more. I think I'm going to go through the rest of this bag. Is what's going to happen. Stuff that in there, and then I'll show you how quick it is to do the onions, and hopefully it's easier for you to make the onions. Put those in there. I think probably one more batch. This is real life cooking over here in my kitchen. There's a reason why I call myself the messy happy chef. It's because I get stuff done. And sometimes the kitchen is a bit of a disaster afterwards, but then I'm happy because I got a nice meal on the table for my family and for myself. And I think food is love, but it's not always tidy to be the one cooking. So if you also don't have a tidy kitchen, I'm living proof that you can survive and still eat well and not feel too guilty. All right. There's that. Last batch of those. Look how quick. Didn't have to pull out a rolling pin, didn't have to use a plastic bag. That food chopper is heaven. Now, for the onions, I'm actually just going to set it right on top of my cutting board and just go to town. I like them nice and chopped. Do a little bit more. There's that one. This really does help get aggression out. And here's my other one. It's really not, it looks like aggressive, but also my arm doesn't hurt. It's not hard to do. If you have a food chopper, you can shout out, you know. There you go. All right. I'm just gonna scoop that right into the bowl. There you go. I'm gonna grab a spatula. Gotta find a spatula. Well, looks like my children have been into my cabinet recently. That's what happens in my house. Okay, scrape those onions in. I have a pound of Italian sausage and I have a pound of beef, ground beef. So I'm just gonna stick those in. That was just one like kind of small onion. Now I am going to follow my recipe so I don't get it wrong. Put my breadcrumbs in. Oh, put a little Worcestershire sauce in, 2 tablespoons. Let me show you that. Oop, brand new bottle. Gotta take the lid off. Let me show you. Oh, of course, it's a little easy pour spout. There you go. Now, calls for ketchup. Kind of old school in that way, and it's a 1/4 cup. I'm gonna eyeball it. I use this sugar-free spice ketchup. Gives a little bit of zing that I like. I'm gonna kill that bottle. And then you have a little bit more ketchup because you want to put the rest of it on top of the meatloaf. So let me show you how that works. Looking for one particular tool, but don't see it. So I'm going to see if my, oh, it might be too small. I was hoping to just salvage the last bit of ketchup, but I might not be able to. That's okay. All right. So ketchup, Worcestershire, salt, pepper, and then a little bit of milk. Now, if it was just me eating this, I would put cream instead of milk, because that's a little bit more keto, but my daughter is eating this too and she's dairy free, so I'm going to use almond milk and it blends right in. You don't even know. So there's my pepper. Hurt me, got something in my eye. There you go. Now breadcrumbs. And ooh, sorry y'all. Did I get spicy ketchup in my eye? Hope not. Okay, so now we lower our lid. Just like that. And we're going to put it on the mix preset. And we're just going to mix it. It tells you when you put it on your preset what attachment to have in. So it tells me I have the right mixing beater in there, but it would tell me if I was wrong. So that way there's really very little mistake that can happen. And then it gives me the option of changing the time. Now for this, I don't want it over mixed. It's meatloaf. So normally it would be just shy of 3 minutes on mix because it slowly incorporates your ingredients. But for us, we're just going to do 45 seconds. And then I just push the button. Watch this. And it does its job for me. And whose hands are dirty? My hands are dirty. Hey, mixer. I'm going to get our scoop out while we do that. Woo. There's a little bit in here. I need to organize, don't I? I was looking for it anyway. Look, doesn't wouldn't cut. I found what I needed. And mixer. Now, I have to tell you, I wasn't paying attention. It's just doing its thing. Guess what? It ends. There you go. My meatloaf is all mixed. I lift up my feeder. Just move those over. Wasn't that quick and easy? Now I have the oven preheated to 400 degrees. This is our small little scoop. We actually have 4 sizes now, small, medium, large, and we're coming out right now with 4 tablespoon scoop, which is perfect for those giant cookie sandwiches. So look for that on March 1st as well. Now I just have my fluted pan and I like to use the small scoop for this. I'm just gonna take my beater out. Well, I always go counterclockwise, but you actually go clockwise. It's a new way to do that for me. Okay. And I like to just do the small scoops, and here's why. Because 1 small scoop, 2 small scoop, 3 and 4 fills one of these perfectly. And then all I do is push it down with this. So all of that, and I still have not touched the meatloaf. And I'm not squeamish about meat, raw meat, but some people I know really, really are. So this is pretty ideal for you if you don't like touching the meatloaf or meatballs or anything like that that is just squishy, right? So I'm gonna fill these. Here's another one. 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the other one. I'm just gonna fill them all. I might actually have a little bit left over. I'll probably do a few meatballs for me to eat another day this week. 2, 3, and 4 in that one. 1, 2, 3, and 4 in that one. Now they do shrink a little bit, so if you want to top it off a little to make them nice, big, and fat, fluted meatloaf bakes, then you can. Because I'm feeding kids, they don't need to be too big. There's this one. So this, I'm actually having enough left that I can do a pan of mini meatballs, I think. 3 and 4. Now, normally I would have to cook my meatloaf for, like 45 minutes, but these really, they cook in about maybe 20 minutes even. So no issues there. Okay. Everything is a little bit quicker when you use good Pampered Chef tools. So I am pushing all these down just so they stay below the line and they kind of form that nice fluted shape, that nice fluted shape when you pour them out. This one could be a little bit more topped. I like to make things pretty. I think they're fun. It's fun to make things pretty when feeding your family. I don't know if they notice, but I notice. Okay, here we go. Meatloaf is going in. Set that for 25 minutes. Oh. Right. Oh. helps to not turn off your oven. How many Biancas does it take to get the timer set correctly on the oven? Okay, so I'm going to flip my cutting board over, turn this off for now, just push him aside. Now, if you have another stand mixer, I have compared this in size to at least a KitchenAid mixer, and it is a little bit longer than the standard 5-quart KitchenAid mixer. This is just shy of 6 quarts, by the way. So it will fit in the same space. That's my whole point. It will fit in the same space. Oh my God, you guys. You know, okay, so here we go. I'm gonna show you how to do our rapid prep mandolin. Now, some of you have probably seen this already. If you haven't seen it, let me show it off. It is a great way to use mandolin without hurting your fingers. It has a hidden blade in here. It won't come up and be exposed until I lift it. It comes with a base for putting the food in. Comes with a food chute. That's going to attach right there. And it has little presets here. And you have French fry and different widths of slices. And I'm going to show you how we do this. So French fry is on the 8 setting. Watch how quickly. Now, because I am right-handed, I have to do it backwards, but I'm going to show you once so you can see what's going on. The potato or whatever veggie you're using just goes right in there. The food chute comes, and then I just go like this. Now I'm backwards, so I actually have to use my right hand, but you'll get to see how quickly it pops up. There you go, French fries made. There's another one. There's another one. I wish someone was tiny. There's another one. Oh, I had French fry go fly. How about this one? And just to show you that it's not just that these potatoes are small, I'm going to put this beast in there and show you what happens. That one's going to take a little to get started, but the same thing. Look at how it just goes right through it. Isn't that amazing? So I'm going to mix this with a little bit of olive oil and throw in some seasoning salt, and I'm going to actually put it in our air fryer, rotate it in our basket for about 20 minutes, and lunch is done today. So thank you all for joining me. And the last thing I want to tell you is that it's a little sad actually, but our deluxe stand mixer is only available to hosts for March, and it is a fabulous price for $199 to our hosts. So it's really good price point. You can host a show that's just $200 in orders to get this awesome new product, and I'd love to tell you all about it. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.